Hi Grand Villa family, my name is Nina and I'm the Executive Director here at the Grand Villa of Melbourne Property. If you are watching this video, congratulations. You are one step closer to getting your residents out of the room and into the common areas on a limited capacity basis. Now every property is going to be a little bit different. Your Executive Director is working on a plan of what this exactly looks like for your community, but there are some things across the board here in Florida that are going to be the same. So take a minute, watch this video, and learn what we need to do to keep our residents safe through this process.
All residents who choose to participate in the reopening must wear masks when outside of their apartment. Small groups of 10 or fewer will be allowed into selected common areas with no more than 30 residents out of their apartment at one time. Prior to your reopening, residents will be provided with a COVID-19 protection packet that promotes safe personal distancing and includes extra mask, hand sanitizer, and personal distancing guides. They'll also be provided with a letter from your Executive Director and an educational guide. Common areas are only open during scheduled times, which will be determined by each community. Life enrichment teams along with resident care are responsible for the registration of residents and reminding them for their activity. Elevator passengers must wear masks and will be limited to no more than 2 residents and 1 staff member to maintain personal distancing. Hand sanitizer stations will be located outside of every elevator landing, and signage will be placed on elevator doors and in the lobby. Each community should evaluate any bench or seating areas outside of elevators and place signage on furniture to ensure distancing. Your Executive Director is working on a reopening plan to determine what common areas will reopen during your reopening. Some of those areas could include small floor lounges and living spaces, activity rooms and gaming areas, theaters, courtyards and outdoor spaces, as well as fitness centers. Furniture and equipment will be rearranged along with signage placed to ensure that it is not moved. No more than 10 seats per common area are allowed, and physical distancing must be practiced. Physical distancing is defined as a minimum of 6 feet between each resident. Hand sanitizer or hand washing stations will be required in all areas that reopen. It is important to make sure that if standalone hand sanitizer dispensers are not available and bottled sanitizer is used, it is placed on a safe surface that will not be damaged if there's spillage. An extra supply of cleaning materials will be stocked and secured daily to allow cleaning to take place at the completion of each small group activity. Chemicals used for cleaning must be those identified by the home office team, which effectively kill the COVID-19 virus and are safe for the furniture in the community. Extra masks should be readily available to ensure mask compliance. Residents who refuse to wear masks should be reported to the Executive Director and notes documented in ECP. Each community should develop a process for checking out billiards, games, and other equipment to make sure there's proper sanitation after each use. The dining room will remain closed at this time, but can be used for extra activity space. The therapy rooms will reopen, but should only be one-on-one between therapist and resident, with 1 resident in the therapy room at a time. Sanitation after each session should happen. Smoking is going to be limited to a smaller amount of residents, and we need our staff to help us to make sure that physical distancing is taking place. The country store will remain closed, but orders can be filled by the staff. And the cyber cafe should only be by appointment only to allow for the keyboard and the mouse to be cleaned in between each session. Certain areas of the community should remain closed to residents at this time. A few of these areas include the lobby, which is only used for screening purposes for staff and third-party providers. The salons will remain closed due to the governor mandate. Any memory care life stations should also remove supplies for sanitation purposes, and laundry rooms should remain closed to residents. There should be no eating or drinking inside the community common areas, and the cafe should be shut down at this time as well.
So as you can see, this whole process is going to be just a little bit different than it was before. It's going to be a big change for us as staff members, but also a big adjustment for our residents as well. With them, just take a little bit of patience, maybe some gentle reminders here and there. I don't want you to ever forget what an amazing group of team members you are. Our Grain Villa family has the best of the best in staff, and we are so proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for all that you do for our residents. I hope that you have a very safe, happy, fun reopening.